Hi, I'm Forum. I am an architect with post-graduation in architecture and settlement conservation. I have practice of 10 years in the field of heritage and conservation, and I'm a full-time faculty at Anant National University, teaching at Foundation Architecture and at Fellowship. At Fellowship, I taught safeguarding tangible and intangible heritage. Well, the course is about safeguarding the values associated with tangible and intangible cultural heritage. So, if we look at the cultural forms, be it tangible or intangible, when they evolve, they go through the aspects of parameters of change and continuity. So, if we look at the values associated with them, they get, impact of this change. So, the course is about imbibing sensitivity and consciousness about these values associated with tangible and intangible cultural heritage and how those can be safeguarded, and for built heritage, how they can be even protected and conserved. Well, if we talk about intangible cultural heritage, it is an ever evolving process and it cannot be kept as it is, otherwise it will die. So in order to not stop the organic process of evolving the element organically, one has to be mindful. The moment we do something to preserve it in given time, it won't evolve, and that will eventually lead to disappearance. Like the tradition will die, the cultural practices might die, and our actions towards protecting them might lead to endangering them. If we look at heritage and sustainability from the traditional environments, they were not rigidly separated parameters. If we look at any given heritage, built heritage or settlements, they were sustainable because they were specific to the context, be it the geographical or cultural. For example, consideration of climate. For example, consideration of religious values and religious significance, deeply rooted in life of people. So these considerations were very wonderfully taken care by those who conceived the ideas of creating these settlements at house form level, at cluster level, at neighborhood level, at city level. Yes, so even at like as part of our course, we went to the heritage city of Ahmedabad, and that is how I have learned, and I'm still continuing learning eventually from the city of Ahmedabad. So, if we look at the pole houses of Ahmedabad, they have the courtyard which acts as a shaft for ventilation. If you look at the streets of Ahmedabad, they are very narrow. So, if you understand the sun path, it's just 1.5 hours around 12 o'clock noon that you get the direct sunlight, otherwise the street remains shaded. And if we think about the times when the city emerged, we never had much vehicles, right? It was mostly pedestrian. So this consideration helped individuals to walk on the street comfortably, even these in hot and dry climatic conditions. I wish that our wonderful fellows can take this forward, the consciousness and sensitivity towards heritage, towards cultural forms, and whatever they do, in whatsoever field they go back, when they are working at grassroots level, this sensitivity shall help them to do context sympathetic, what shall we say, like interventions, like be it cultural, be it geographical. For example, if I go back to Himachal Pradesh, I have to understand the way of life of those individuals. I have to understand their cultural milieu, their cultural patterns. And whatever I do, be it building something or adding something in their systems, it shall not disrupt it. It should rather strengthen it. I have learned it that way, and that is what I believe also, that it begins from our own roots. So many times nowadays, as the contemporary time deals with modernity, and looking ahead and development and everything, we are getting away from our roots. So I think first we can begin by establishing or re-establishing those rootedness with our culture, and by understanding from where do we come, what are our cultural traits, how can we respect it, and how we can, you know, evolve by keeping them with us. The change is inevitable, but that can be the point from where we can begin to go. And there are small steps, I guess, like consciousness towards small interventions associated with place or form. And if we understand their values, their truthfulness, and then be conscious towards it, then we can start making change. It was indeed wonderful. I would not call teaching with fellows. I would like to say it was interacting with fellows. I have learned a lot while knowing their culture, from where do they come, and our sessions which dealt with understanding memories or revisiting our memories associated with our places, gave us so many diverse ideas about how our cultures have evolved at different geographical locations, as our cohort is diverse, starting from Ladakh to Goa to Chennai. It was really interesting to understand like how the continuity and change can be observed by each individual in creative ways in their own context. While having the dialogues and interesting questions with fellows, they were really, you know, catalyst to think in the direction that what efforts are done or what actions are being done in current situations with heritage, they really need a lot more sensitivity, a lot more connectivity to the ground. Many times the actions or decisions which are taken do not incorporate the smallest needs of individuals or end users. So we need to be dynamic in terms of dealing with or addressing the changing needs. And we need to make sure that the compromise shall not be there for one specific end user group or benefit to one group. So that balance needs to be carefully addressed. That is what I was thinking about, and I learned while interacting with you all. I really enjoyed walking on the lane streets of the old city of Ahmedabad with you all, and telling all my learnings with you all. I was enjoying when you guys came up with the finite and minute observations which I was not actually expecting you to come up with. So I was really surprised, happily surprised, and I really enjoyed like you all came up with so minute details, be it about how the roads have changed, how the streets have been blocked, or how the streets are interconnected, how the build forms are changing, how the elements have evolved. Even you guys were coming up with evidences like which elements demonstrate which particular cultural era of the evolution of the city. So these were a few of the fantastic moments that I cherished, enjoyed, and will continue to cherish.